Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Rich here. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing about why does the Japanese pro players vote Chun-Li higher than the Western pro players. Now, the reason why I say this, have you ever noticed something strange when it comes to tier lists? The Japanese pros would oftentimes consistently rank Chun-Li in A tier, while the Western pros would normally put her in B tier. So, in a way, who's right? So today I'm going to be breaking down why two strongest fighting game regions see exactly the same character so differently. So why does the pros in the Western, so like your EU, your NA, or anywhere else besides Japanese, vote Chun-Li in B, and why does Japanese vote for A? So let's get into it. So the first thing I like to go through first is the evidence. Now, some people might think, oh, it's just probably one or two players that have voted Chun-Li A and B, so what's it do with it? Move on. No, the reason why I want to make this video is because the fact that Japanese pro players like Goichi, Momochi, Mago, Tokido regularly would place Chun-Li in A tier. When you compare players such as like Broski, Punk, or J1, they put in B tier. Now, why does this happen? Now, I will show the pictures here on the proof of evidence on their tier lists. Now, when it comes to the evidence that I'm showing here, it comes to the philosophy on what is the difference between Chun-Li from the Eastern community, so the Japanese community, to the Western. Now, does the Japanese community value consistency, or does the West value more efficiency? So more like a character that will help them have good, constant, good combos, repeated ways to punish people, and ways to manage to get a comeback with the matchup. But when he compared that to the Japanese tend to play oftentimes more neutral and such. So that's kind of like a pinpoint on why they kind of vote for her to be an A tier. Another thing I also like to say is the execution. Without a doubt, and you've seen my video on the top 5 most difficult characters, I put Chun-Li in top 3. Now, that's true. Chun-Li is one of the difficult characters to play for new beginners in Street Fighter 6. But what makes it kind of strange is the players from Japan, like Goichi, Moke, or Haitane, they often would normally have very good ways to execute neutral and easily master a character like Chun Li, for example. Compare that to like myself, for example. I'm from UK, so it takes me some time to get used to Chun Li. If you've seen my recent video on how I went from rookie to ultimate master in a few years of Street Fighter 6, but that's not the point. The other thing is the neutral. Now, Chun-Li in neutral is by far one of the best things in the game. The neutral is what makes Chun-Li a good character, according to some. With her neutral, her walk speed is by far the best. The buttons and the whiff punishments are among the best in the game, and the Japanese players have often built around the fundamentals between Chun-Li, as in they play it more with using those fundamentals that you've got with her tools and master it perfectly. And I don't know how they do it. It just makes my mind explode when I see pro players like do so well like from Japan and they end up doing something that I can never do in obviously as I am today. I may be Grandmaster now, but the point is, I normally tend to get more aggressive, while a Japanese Chun-Li will be more patient, more neutral. And I'm just like, how does that even happen? Like, I'm just shocked. But the reason why I say the Western community has put Chun-Li in B tier is because I think overall, when it comes to tournaments like your Evos, EWC, Combo Breakers, any of those, in the West, tournaments are increasingly defined by offense. So like your characters like your Mai's, your Akumas, your Eds, your Sheeds, they can snowball rounds of a single opening by playing aggressive. Compare that to a Chun-Li. Chun-Li would usually win by making dozens of correct decisions like the neutral, the whiff punishments, or using your tools the right way. And it just makes her a bit more less threatening despite the consistency that she has. So I don't seem like Chun-Li is a bad character. Yes, I made a video saying downfall of Chun-Li. Yes, I understand that. But majority is that I don't even know why people don't often play her. Now, when I think of the Western community, so myself, I do want to ask why people don't play Chun Li. I asked a friend of mine why do they not think people play Chun Li, and I think this person was right about it. He said that Chun Li's jankiness kind of makes the game for her a bit more difficult. Now, some of the jankiest is obviously her DP. Her DP is pretty janky in some situations, even though they patched the hurt box on that. I think other ones they would examine more of a Jenkins is some of her juggle combos when you want to end it with a Tensho or a lightning kicks or a spinning bird kick. You can't, it'll whiff, so you have to use a super. That type of janky kind of not helps out, so it's more on the consistency jankiness when it comes to facing Chun Li. Now, overall, I believe when it comes to conclusion of this video, who is right? Is it the Japanese community that are right about Chun-Li putting her A tier, or is it the West? Now, I don't know. Like, they're both correct, but they have their own opinions. I get that. When it comes to the Japanese players, they evaluate Chun-Li based on potential, optimized play, while a Western player like myself would evaluate her based on tournament practicity and execution cost and meta efficiency. The character throughout 3 years of Street Fighter 6 has been out hasn't changed, only the lens through which she's being judged has. So the only thing that has been like had been judgmental about is her walk speed, her what else? Her DP, her level 2. What else has there been that needs talking? The juggle combos and the consistency. I think if I was a Western pro player and I put Chun Li in B, I would say my optimization on why she's there, the pros and the cons. But what I would like to add her in later on in the future, like can they add in maybe a little adjustment or maybe some fixes? I'm not asking for buffs. If they, in my opinion, if they put all of the inconsistencies that she still has consistencies, like good ones, but I'm on about the inconsistencies. Could you think that Chun-Li could be a bit more higher up when you think about it? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what they do in the season 4 update. But that pretty much wraps up with the video. I appreciate you all for watching. Be sure to let me know your thoughts about my video. If you have anything else to say, also feel free to let me know in the comments. I wish you all the best. I will see you all later. Peace.